Hello everybody, welcome to Masterpieces of Irish Crochet Lace, and today we are going to crochet our next motif from this wonderful book, Masterpieces of Irish Crochet Lace. So you can open page 16 and follow with me as I will explain how and what actually this thread, the explanation begins on page 15 at the very bottom of the page. It's a third floweret. This motif is very unusual so far. It's something we didn't crochet yet. So open your page on a book on page 15, 16, and we will follow somewhat was changed pattern that I always make always little changes to or modernize the piece or improve, make it a little bit easier to crochet, let's say. This motif in blue, this is motif that we're going to make today, and the same motif I made yesterday in a little bit thicker thread, number 20. And this right here, if you like the color, it's DMC thread petal cotton number 8, and I made this motif with crochet hook 0.75 millimeters. But for the lesson I will use crochet thread number 10 and Lydia's for padding cord. You will need to cut padding cord 1 meter long, fold it in half. And a thread that I am going to use, number 20, Elizabeth thread number 20, and I will use crochet hook 0.9 millimeters for this thread. This motif consists of two parts, two elements. One is we will crochet petals of a flower, and separately we will crochet a centerpiece, a button that will look like that with picots, and also is made over the padding cord, only in the round. And then later we will sew those two pieces together to make one motif. So let's begin. First of all, hello to everyone who joined me. I saw you, your comments that you already told me hello. It's Jenny, Jean, Lori. Hello, ladies. And of course, there are some other participants that are hidden from my view. I don't know who joined me. I guess they are very shy people. Okay, so what we will do, so we have prepare please your padding cord number 10, thread number 10, and your thread and the hook. Of course, we will need scissors, tapestry needle to sew the ends of the thread later. So fold your padding cord in half. Today I'm going to crochet the way I always do, a little bit faster way, for me at least. So I will start from the very tip of the padding cord where it's folded in half. And I already showed you in previous videos how to make it easier to crochet. So right now, what we will do, the first thing we will make is our first row of the first petal, and we will make 3 petals. Let me just come back to the motif first. So we will make first 3 petals, 1, 2, and 3, with one pattern. This will be the same pattern, we'll repeat 3 times. And then we will make 2 leaves that are slightly bigger, and those leaves are, as you can see, have not just in different in size, and of course it will have different pattern. But for now we will start with first leaf. This is our first leaf, second, third, fourth, and fifth. 5 petals total. So pick up your padding cord, fold it in half, and crochet over the padding cord first. Connect thread to the padding cord with slip stitch, and then crochet 12 single crochet stitches over the padding cord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 12 single crochet stitches over the padding cord. We will need just a straight line here. We don't need to curve anything. The only tip I will give you is I was crocheting over the short tail of my working thread. We can cut this thread off. And one more thing, I always check that padding cord is not seen through the between the stitches of my work. So what I do, I just pull on a padding cord. If you use single cord, it will be easier. If you use 2 or more, you will have to adjust every strand of your padding cord one by one. And I will cut this short tail off. I already crocheted over this enough. It will be fine, just fine. So after the first row of 12 stitches, we can drop our padding cord and we will crochet inside of a petal, the body of the petal. We make chain 1 and turn your work like this. And we will crochet into this row. And in this motif, we will crochet also into both loops. Most of the time we crochet into the back loops of each stitch. This motif is made a little bit different. We will insert our hook into the both loops of each stitch, front and back. Trying to think, I probably will zoom a little bit for you that you could see. And also in the book, as always in this book, they use a single strand for padding cord, just one strand. I prefer to use a double-stranded padding cord, so you can also use or one single or 2 or even 4. If you are new, I wouldn't recommend to use 4 strands because it's not very easy to manage it. So 12 single crochet stitches over the padding cord, turn your work, chain 1. After that we will crochet 10 single crochet stitches into the first row. This is our second row. So first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And 2 stitches are left. We don't do anything with those 2 stitches. After 10 stitches, second row, we make chain 1 again and turn your work one more time, like this. This is how your work will look like. Now your padding cord you see on your left, and those unfinished 2 stitches on the right. This time we will crochet back and make again 10 single crochet stitches, chain 1 and turn your work. But then the next row, the fourth, we will pick up our padding cord. So now we're going back and crochet again 10 single crochet stitches. Again we crochet into the both loops of stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And at the end we make chain 1 and again turn your work. So this is how it will look like. This time we will have to pick up our padding cord and crochet over the padding cord 10 single crochet stitches and plus those 2 stitches right here that we didn't finish first time. So this time it's our last row. We crochet the other side of the motif of the petal, and also we'll make crochet it over the padding cord. So here we pick up a padding cord and crochet. First we make 10 single crochet over the padding cord. Here's our flower. By the way, you will probably have a little bit, you will have to leave your padding cord visible, because we will crochet over this padding cord later when we will make the last row around all the flower. We will crochet over the padding cord and single crochet stitches with picots. We will decorate our flower. Also we will crochet the tips of each petal, and we will need that padding cord visible, so it will become invisible when we crochet over this, but at the very end. So this flower quite unusual if you didn't crochet this way before, and you don't know, you can miss this opportunity to leave the padding cord visible. I normally tell you always that we need to hide our padding cord, make sure that it's not visible anywhere. This is that instance where we have to leave it the way it is, because we will crochet over this piece. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello, Wendy. 9 and 10. So we made 10. I would stop for a second, make sure that The rest of the padding cord is not, you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, but I can see my padding cord between stitches. It's cut between and I don't like it. It has to look neat and beautiful. So we will stop and pull on it. But when you pull on it, if you have the same problem, make sure not to pull and remove this part. We will need it. Okay, after this, we need to make 2 more single crochet stitches into this place here. 2 stitches. So 1 stitch will be easy to make, but the second is quite a challenge because it's quite tight in here. I was even thinking to make, instead of 12 single crochet stitches in the first row, instead of 12 make 13, because it's very difficult to get into that stitch, that first stitch. So I have to stretch that stitch with my hook. So after that, make sure also that both sides of your petal are the same size. So first petal is finished. And after that we will make chain 2. 1, 2. And turn your work. This time we will again crochet over the padding cord. We will repeat everything we were making here. We will repeat 1 more time. 2 more times actually. We need 2 more petals that are the same. And we crochet over the padding cord, of course. 12 stitches. If you want, you can make 13 for that stitch over there, remember, because it's not easy to make that. So first stitch, and also you will see that a little bit of padding cord will be seen. It's okay because we have chain 2 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I will make the 13th stitch because it's difficult to get into well, no, I will not make it because I can disfigure my flower. No, I will make 1 extra. Instead of 12, I can make 13. Now we drop our padding cord again, turn your work, and, well, first of all, chain 1 at the end. Make it 12 or 13 stitches if you want 13. Drop your padding cord, turn your work, and, as before, we repeat 10 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After that, chain 1 again and turn your work again, 10 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Jenny. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. At the end we make chain 1, turn the work, and this time coming back, crocheting over the padding cord, chain 1, over the padding cord. First we make 10 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will adjust a little bit my padding cord because it's a little bit too much there. There will be the width, how much padding cord you have to leave visible, as wide as your flower, as wide as those stitches allow you here. We have 2 rows, so this is how much you have to leave. Now let's crochet. So I have 5. I'm going again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 more stitches that from the first row, right here where the padding cord was. 1, and 2. Now I can get into that second stitch. Even I have that extra stitch here, it's way easier to get in. And I will fix a little bit my padding cord here. I don't like that my padding cord going away here. I have to adjust a little bit on the side and leave some here at the same time. So make sure that your 2 sides of petals again the same size. Again, repeat one more time the pattern for this the pattern for this petal. Again we make chain 2, 1, 2. They say turn, which you don't have to really turn because we will crochet over the padding cord again. It's twisting and it's easier to continue crochet over the padding cord this way without turning. And how to organize your flower again back to normal I will show you at the end when we will finish all 5 petals. So we have 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and if you want that's 13 stitch extra that it will be easy for you to crochet at the end. Again we drop padding cord, turn your work and crochet 10 single crochet stitches. I'm trying to make sure that my padding cord is not seen in the between stitches. This is what I want to avoid. Okay. So drop your padding cord and going back. I'm not sure if I made chain 1. Yeah, chain 1 at the end. Turn your work and crochet 10 single crochet stitches. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make chain 1 and turn your work, going back, crocheting again 10 single crochet stitches to the end of the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Chain 1 at the end of the row and turn your work. Again, we pick up padding cord and crochet first 10 single crochet stitches over the padding cord, and then at the end 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And 2 more stitches from into the first row of the motif of the petal, and 2. And this is when I will stop and adjust my padding cord slightly and gently moving. And remember not to remove totally at the tip. And at the end, as always, at the end, after the padding cord, we make chain 2. So our first 3 petals are ready. They are not in the right or laying in a little bit not the way it should be. So the second petal have to go like that. And here's the first petal, I'm sorry. And later when we will lay our flower, this is how we will do this. Because right now they kind of don't want to lay the way we need them to. But this is just at the beginning, so you will know. And how to lay them right, you can see at the stitches. Visible stitches, top stitches. If you see that like braided, this is what you have to lay on top. This is your right side of each petal. Okay, now we will make our 4th and 5th petals. They are longer, and of course the pattern is slightly different. So first, pick up our hook. They told us to turn our work, which is okay. You can turn, you can keep it the way it is, easier for you. Like I keep it without turning that last row. And continue crochet. Now next petal. For the next petal we have to crochet 16 single crochet stitches over the padding cord. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, the petals are here. They just jump into my hands and behave the way they want. Just if you have the same, just don't worry about it. We will fix the flower later. 2 more petals and then we will shape the flower. So everything will get to normal. So have 5 stitches, continue 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Chain 1. And before we go any further, make sure that stitches are snug together and you don't see your padding cords through the stitches anywhere. Like this. Okay, chain 1, turn your work, and after that we will crochet. I'm sorry, not chain 1. This time we'll make chain 3 actually. After 16. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3. This petal is unusual, and I made a little changes later. I will show you all the details, so pay attention. So first we will crochet 12 double crochet stitches. Hello, Lynn. We're all safe, thank you, we're doing good. So chain 3 and turn your work. Here in this second row we will crochet 12 double crochet stitches. By the book you have to crochet 12 double crochet stitches, then 1 single, skip the last 2 stitches and chain 1 and turn. So what I did, instead of crocheting 12 double crochet, I crocheted 11 and finished with half double and single crochet. And you will see at the end, I will show you why. So let's do it. 11. So this is my changes that I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and by the book you need to have 12. When you drastically go down to single crochet, it will not look really pretty and neat here. So I didn't like that, and instead of 12 double crochet I made half double, so that the transition in the row will not be so drastically changing from double crochet to single crochet, because the height of stitches is so different. So half double and single crochet stitch. Then we still have stitches here. We skip them, we don't do anything with those stitches. We chain 1, just like before, only back then we skipped well, actually we skipped also 2, the same here, to skip 2 stitches. Chain 1, turn your work like that. And now we will crochet 1 more row with double crochet stitches. And this time in the book, it's single crochet, half double, 12 double crochet stitches, chain 1. It's kind of the way it goes. So we have chain 1, I think I did it. Yes, chain 1. Then we go and crochet single crochet stitch, half double, oops, sorry, half double, and to the end double crochet stitches. I'm not sure they can fit here 12 with my changes, but let's see. So first double crochet, let's count 1. I'll just fit as many as I can, right? 2, I think it will be only 11 because I made 11. 3, yeah, that makes sense. Since I made 11 instead of 12, then now I will have, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 into the last stitch here. Basically it's in a chain. 11. So since I made 11 instead of 12, of course going back I make 11 instead of 12. So this is the change I made for me. Now, what you will have to do this time, we will have to turn our work and pick up padding cord and crochet 14 single crochet stitches going back. Then this way we will have to crochet over the padding cord, and at the end 2 single crochet stitches that are left from before. And then we will make 1 more petal like that. But now I found this a little bit strange here and not pretty looking. If I will just right the way, like we have to make chain 1 and pick up and crochet over the padding cord here, I will have this big gap. Of course I can leave it that way, or I can do something else. I can make it like that. Pick up stitches on a chain, 2 of them, 1 and 2, like this, and pick up the padding cord and make my last, like in Tunisian or like in the treble crochet, crocheting by 2 to make this area a little bit smaller because it's too wide. You can try both ways. And now I will turn and crochet over the padding cord. Like this. 1. So they need 14 single crochet stitches plus 2, so 16 together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 'and again you will have to check your petal on the tip. A little bit of padding cord we will still see. It just, the way I crochet it, you will avoid a big hole and gap between. If I will just leave it the way it is, And I can do the way book says it and show you what else you can do. So we will make this leaf the way I changed, and the other leaf I will show you how to do it by the book. So let me undo this and go back again just to show you what I did, just to make sure you understood my thinking here. So here, when I came back the last row and crocheted my last row, and then I need to pick up padding cord, I realized that this area, when you make chain 1 and turn and continue crochet the way the book asks you, I have this gap right here, and it doesn't look really pretty. So I decided to make this a little bit smaller and connect. I don't know why I thought that way, but this is what I tried and it did work for me, and I think looks way better. So what I did, we have chain in here, right? So we have actually, it's not chain, it's the sides of 2 double crochet stitches here. Chain 3 here and double crochet. So we will crochet on the side. I'll pick up 1 stitch on the side of double crochet like this, pull thread through, and another I will insert into the chain of 3 and also do the same. And now pick up padding cord, throw it on a hook, grab the thread and go like this. I have 4 stitches on a hook, and this time I crochet 2 stitches together, again 2 stitches together, and actually I crochet through the last stitch like that. This is when I turn and crochet these 14 stitches. Trying to find the right place. I think that actually crochet those last 2 stitches also together as 2, like that. Now turn and crochet 14 single crochet stitches over the padding cord. Don't forget about your padding cord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we basically crochet over the padding cord, the edge of the flower, the last, the second side. And I lost my count, but there will be those 14 stitches here, nothing else. So again, remember to insert the hook into the both loops of your stitches. And two more stitches here left. And this is 14 stitches. I would like to just a little bit pull on a padding cord. You see, by doing what I did, I don't have gap in here. No hole between the padding cord and this long 2 rows of double crochet stitches. It didn't look right to me, so that was the change I made. And now we still have to make 2 more stitches in our first row of this petal. So right away we jump down into the first row and make single crochet stitches, 1 and 2. It feels like there is 1 more stitch need to be done in here. but they for some reason don't say anything about this stitch here. There's still extra stitch for some reason. I know I didn't miss anything. I had my 16 stitches, so I will just make that stitch. It will not hurt anything. One stitch less, one stitch more. Probably I shouldn't. No, I will not make that one. It's probably for a reason, because when I make that one extra stitch, my sides of the petal is kind of messing up. Now, if you like, I have here a little bit of bedding cord seen right here. Quite not. I tried to do my best, but this petal is quite different and funny. Not my favorite way of crocheting it, but I'm following the book. So now, again, at the very end of each petal, we made chain 2. Chain 2. They want us to turn our work and crochet another 16 stitches over the bedding cord. I'm not turning here. I will continue. So for the last petal is also made the same way as fourth petal. So we make 16 single crochet stitches over the bedding cord only. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. After that, as before, we make chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn your work and drop your bedding cord. We will crochet. If you chose to do it exactly the way book said, 12 single crochet, I made slight changes and I'm crocheting 11 instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And instead of 12 double crochet, make my half double. So you can follow or the way I changed it or the way the book said 12 double crochet. So I made half double instead and single crochet. Then chain 1, turn your work and go back, crochet, single crochet, half double, and double crochet stitches to the end. Supposed to be, if you follow the book, it will be 12 double crochet stitches or 11 double crochet stitches if you're following my changes. So it's up to you. I'm not going to force you to change the way you want. Sometimes if you see that the pattern does not make sense or you don't understand something in a pattern, you know, you're free to change it the way it fits, the way you see it, because Irish crochet has this, of course, first time you want to make everything the way it's said in a book, following the pattern, but little changes, 1 or 2 stitches more or less, will not hurt you. Some motifs not, but majority of motifs allows you that freedom of making stitches, motifs the way you want. So now, again, I'm at the end where I have to pick up, okay, I have to make one more double crochet stitch here. I can see that gap. So at the end, we can do this flower, this petal the way it says in the book. So now I have that chain one, turn my work, and I will leave it this way, but I will show you how to rid of that gap here on that piece. So for now I will just follow the way it says in the book. So we turned, make 14 single crochet stitches at first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see I left this. See how it looked like? Totally different from what I did. I will leave it, but I can show you how to fix it that it will not be like that. I will of course pull on a padding cord slightly, just make it smaller, not so pronounced staking, but still you can see the way it looks here, right? And this is what I didn't like. We'll try to fix it. I will show you how. Okay, I had 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, and then 2 more. The rest of the stitches goes into that area right here. By the way, the height here is quite big, so you can also, we need to make 2 single crochet stitches. You can also try to make another change if you like. You can make like 1 half double instead of single crochet, and then single crochet. And again, it's up to you if you like it that way. Kind of look neater and better when you make, instead of 2 double or 2 single, 1 half double and 1 single. Okay, now we will fix our flower's shape. We will have to connect the last petal with the first petal. Here's my first petal, and you can see how the petals are, I call it misbehaving. they just look like this. You probably will have the same thing. So what you're looking for, you just fix them. This is your 4th petal. Pull it, lay it on the top right here or next to the petal, and all of them will start moving. Then this is the 3rd petal, and you can see as soon as you start turning them, they kind of also want to turn. Then this is 2nd, and this is our 1st petal. They lay next to each other in the right way, the way they're supposed to be. And how you actually know that they are in the right position, you are looking for the edges. Let me pick it up and show you the edge of the petals. I didn't want to lay it first. So here it is. This is what you're looking for. The right side of the edge, the last edge or last row will look like that. So you're looking for each petal to have the same edge. You see? Like this, and like this. All of them have this edge. They're quite alive, like a snake in a hand. Okay, here. It looks better this way. So we're looking for the edge, the right edge facing you. Now, we have to connect with 2 slip stitches. Drop your padding cord first. Make sure that your petals are looking like that. Drop your padding cord, you don't need it. It's only on the way for now. And we have to make 2 slip stitches into this first petal right here. Slip stitch, slip stitch. This is how we connect. So go into the first stitch, slip stitch here, and second slip stitch, like that. And now you can freely let the flower lay on a table. All petals are in the right position. They look at first quite funny because we don't have the edge. So now we will crochet around each petal on the circle. Also, as we will crochet, first we will decorate our first petal, our first short petal. When we will make this one, we will make 3 single crochet stitches over the padding cord. So the same padding cord will be involved. We'll make picot, 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet, picot, and on the tip where that padding cord, visible padding cord, we will crochet over this, over that padding cord and our padding cord right here. We will make 3 single crochet stitches, picot, 3 single crochet stitches. The way it's described in the book, after the first edge on the one side of the flower, it says 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet, picot, 1 single crochet, and into the tip you crochet 2 single crochet, picot, 2 single crochet, picot. Then on the other side of your petal you will make 1 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet. This is how the petal will be like. So let me just get the paper and draw for you. I'm not really good at drawing anything. And of course diagram will be difficult to make. So what we will make, so that you will remember. So for the small petal, here's our small petal. Small petal. We will make, so we had here slip stitches, 2 slip stitches. Then we will make 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet. I hope I have enough stitches here to draw a picot. Again 3 single crochet, picot, and then single crochet, and then into the tip 2 single crochet, picot, 2 single crochet. This is the tip. So on the side, first side of the petal will be 3 single crochet stitches, picot, and you repeat this 3 times. The tip of the petal is oh, at the end right here, repeat 3 times plus 1 single crochet. This is how the side, first side. Don't forget about this 1 single crochet. Then the tip of the petal, 2 single crochet stitches, picot, and 2 single crochet. And second side of the petal, you begin with 1 single crochet, and then then picot, sorry, this is better, 1 single crochet, picot, then 3 single crochet. Where is my flower? I missed. Okay, then 3 single crochet, picot, and this is repeat 3 times. Okay, so this is small petals. This is how we do that. So as soon as you understand how it works right here, this is the same way we will do. So we have 2 picots and single crochet, then picot, 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet, picot, and at the end 3 single crochet. Also, between each petal, every time we go to the other petal, we will skip 2 stitches on one side, and then when we go to the next petal, we'll skip 2 single crochet stitches from the other side of the petal, and then start and begin this way. One more thing that we will have to do, when we start new petal, first picot connected to the last picot of the previous petal. They all connected here by the picots. So let me show you how to do all this. So as soon as you connected your last petal and first petal, you already involved your first stitches, slip stitches, with 2 slip stitches. After that, we will pick up padding cord again, and we will crochet. So we make 3 single crochet stitches. Make sure not to forget over the padding cord. My padding cord in the right place. Okay, over the padding cord, 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. So we just crochet over the edges of each petal. Now picot. For picot we make chain 3, close picot with slip stitch as always. And again 3 single crochet. 1, 2. I feel like I'm missing something. I will have to probably undo it. I feel like I'm in the wrong place. 1, 2, 3. Did I make 3? Not yet. 1, 2, and 3. I know that I need to fit 3 picots. Again, picot, picot, and again 3 single crochet. You noticed probably how I hold my padding cord. This is not easy. If I will keep my padding cord on the back of the work, that decorative edge with picots will not look right. I didn't like the way the way it turned out, so it's why I brought my padding cord kind of on the front. Okay, one more. So 3 single crochet, like that, and picot. 1, 2, 3. Close picot with slip stitch, like this, and at the end 1 single crochet. And I actually already in picking up here, there's very difficult to get into the stitch, so I already inserting my hook right where the that padding cord was here on the back. So like this. Now here's this padding cord that I told you, make sure it's visible. Here it is. So into that place we will make 2 single crochet stitches picot and 2 single crochet. So 1 and 2, it will be kind of tight in here, and picot, so 2 single crochet, picot, and again 2 single crochet stitches. 1 and 2. This is it. Now the other side of the petal. It will be very easy here, way easier than that side, because our row look kind of funny here, but it will be easy to crochet into this side of the flower, of the petal. So remember, we made only 2 single crochet stitches. We start the next petal with 1 single crochet and picot. 1, 2, 3. Close with slip stitch. And after that, we repeat 3 single crochet picot, 3 single crochet picot to the end. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, picot. So when I hold my padding cord again in front, the edge, the decorative edge, will be more pronounced, will look way better. I personally like the way it looks here on this side, but this is the way flower made. So okay, now we will make, so I have 3 single crochet picot, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, close your picot with slip stitch. Again 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 2, and 3, and again picot, three single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and let's stop here and let's see, is everything the way it says in the book? This is what we need. As soon as you connect to your flower, 2 petals, everything will look fine. So here's my petal, first petal. I will move things away so that you could see very well. And let's look and analyze our petal, so we're all on the same page together. Okay, so we began our first petal with 2 slip stitches here, right? We connected last petal with first petal, 2 slip stitches. Then over the padding cord, 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet picot, 3 single crochet picot. Then in the tip we finished after first picot, single crochet. On the tip where the visible padding cord was when we were crocheting our petals, and adding our padding cord that we still have to add, 2 single crochet picot, 2 single crochet. And the second part of the, I really don't need anything in the view, okay. The second part of our petal also 1 single crochet picot, 3 single crochet picot, 3 single crochet picot, 3 single crochet. And then there will be, so pay attention to 3 picots on this side, 3 picots on this side, 3 single crochet at the bottom, 3 single crochet at the bottom of this side, and 2 single crochet skip, 2 single crochet skip. And now we go into the next petal. We skip 2 single crochet stitches here. Start with third and connect over the padding cord, of course. So let's pay attention. So skip 1, 2, and we'll go into the third. And 3 single crochet. So here's first time. Skipped 2, skip 2, 3 single crochet picot, and following our pattern. So first 1, 2, 3, 3 single crochet picot, 1, 2, 3. After the picot, again 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. I regulate my padding cord, I don't know if you noticed, by holding in and pulling on it with my hands. It's easy this way. If not, you can always go and pull on a padding cord as we normally do. Oh, one more thing I forgot, sorry. Let's come back 3 and undo our picot. I forgot, I told you, but I didn't do it. So 3 single crochet stitches. We're starting crochet each petal this way, 3 single crochet stitches, and then this first picot have to be connected to the last picot of the previous petal. To do that, you make chain 1, then you can go like this, connect this picot, pick up picot of the previous petal, crochet them together like this, so it's connecting, and chain 1. I prefer to do it this way. I made my chain 1 for the picot, then I drop that stitch, here it is, and I connect, go to this picot like that, pick up picot of the previous petal, take this, reconnect with that chain and pull it through the picot like that, and then chain 1, and only then I connect, make that slip stitch. It's very important to make it right. That's it. My 2 picots are connected. And then I can continue 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3. So we connect only picots, the bottom picots, first and the last. 1, 2, 3, picot, 1, 2, 3, connect picot with, or close picot with slip stitch, 3 more single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and picot. and finishing here with single crochet, one single crochet. This is our first side of petal. Then again, you see where our visible padding cord, we will crochet over that. We will crochet over that and over our padding cord that we already have. And pattern is the tip of the petal. You can also pick up stitches at the same time. We have stitches here that are visible, so the work will be cleaner. So 1, 2, picot, and 2 more stitches to finish the tip of the petal. 1 and 2. Then again, we're going and doing single crochet, picot, and don't forget to adjust your padding cord. You want your work on the back also look neat. So I will stop here, pull a little bit on my cord. And continue crochet the side of the petal. Those petals are jumping into your hands and on away all the time. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So the way I crochet my edge and having the padding cord in front, you probably notice I keep it in front, but I move slightly hook to see the next stitch. It's right here, and this is how I get in. Just slightly move and I can see my stitch. 2 and 3. 1 more picot. Hello, Wendy. We have 2 Wendy's. I wonder where's I know that Wendy I'm sorry, I'm just literally bad at remembering names. So we have Wendy Irvin and Wendy Ashton. And I'm wondering where you from, Wendy Ashton. I know that Wendy Irvin is from Great Britain, from Scotland. Hello, Sally. So I have my last picot and 3 more single crochet stitches. Last 3 stitches for that side of the petal. 1, 2, and 3. Now after this we will skip. Oh, Arizona. Okay, so one Wendy is from Arizona and another Wendy is from Scotland. And Wendy Irvin I met in Italy. This is how we became friends. It was a wonderful time there in Bolzano, Italy in 2019. Okay, so now pay attention again. So we're done with our petal, second petal. We skip last 2 stitches on the petal and we skip stitches, first 2 stitches of the next petal. And starting this with the 3rd stitch. So pay attention, count very well. 1, 2, 3. So 2 skip into the 3rd. And following the pattern, 3 single crochet, So again, watch how I hold my padding cord so that the edge will look nice. So padding cord like laying here, I hold it with my fingers here to make it tight, and slightly move my padding cord with hook to see the stitch where I have to go. As soon as I see that stitch, I go through. That way, padding cord actually behave way better on the back, and I don't have to adjust it as often. So 3 single crochet stitches, picot. This flower is quite something to make lesson with. I want you, I could skip all those 2 petals, repetitive ones, but I really want you to watch in details, and probably when you repeat a couple times the same thing, it's easier for you to crochet. So today's video will be a little bit longer. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, thank you, Jenny. I didn't do that. Yes, let's come back to my picot. Again, I forgot about the picot. Thank you very much. So we have my chain 1. Now going to the picot of the previous petal, chain 1, and slip stitch. Connect picot with a slip stitch. Thank you, Jenny. My students paying attention. I was talking too much and missed what I needed to do. That's good. You're paying attention. It's very important. You don't let me to make a mistake. Great. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Picot. 1, 2, 3. And single crochet. And then on a tip, go onto the tip. So into the tip of the flower of the petal. Again, we make 2 single crochet. 1, 2, picot. 1, 2, 3. Connect with slip stitch. I've told before in my previous lessons that if it's not easy for you to make picot and close the picot with slip stitch, try to close it with single crochet. No one will notice it, it still will look nice. So we made our tip. Now single crochet, picot. Basically counting for this pattern around the to decorate the flower or the petals is simply goes 3 single crochet picot, 3 single crochet picot all throughout, because between each picot we still have 3 single crochet even where the tip is. But the way pattern is written, this is how pattern are supposed to be written actually. They divide petal, the pattern and the petal, or I would say the pattern for the petal, into 3 stages: one side and second side and the tip. So make more sense and easier to explain. And that way actually you will not miss any stitches. So And I'm already not really counting here. All I count is only 3 stitches between picots. So I hope you also pay attention to that, the right amount of stitches between picots. If you want your petals look exactly the same. Okay, I hope, how many petals? Okay, all 3 of them are, those small ones are done. The little bit different pattern for the bigger petals, and I will go to this in a minute. So last 3 petals, 3 single crochet stitches here, skip 2 last 2 stitches, and skip first 2 stitches of the next petal. So our small petals are decorated. They are done. Here they are, like this. And the same way we will decorate our bigger petals. Bigger petals have nothing really different, only more picots. So here we had three picots on sides. For the big petals we will have 1, 2, 3, and 4. The tip is made exactly the same way. So what we will make 3 single crochet picot, again connected to the previous petal with picot, and then 3 single picot, 3 single picot, 3 single picot, and again single crochet. And on the tip of the petal we will crochet exactly the same, pick up the padding cord on the back that it will not be visible. We will make 2 single crochet picot, 2 single crochet picot, and the same way finishing the other side of the petal. So let's continue. So skip your last 2 stitches and skip first 2 stitches of the next petal. 1, 2, we skipped. Now we start with 3rd stitch over the padding cord. We first start with 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and picot. 1, don't forget to connect picot. Chain 1, connect your picot with slip stitch. See, Jenny, I didn't forget. Yes, I didn't forget it. Now, single crochet, 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and picot. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and slip stitch. Again, single crochet, 3 single crochet, 2 and 3, picot, 3 single crochet, and 2, 3, okay, somebody came from Australia. Catherine, hello Catherine. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and close picot. This is our last picot. We have to have 4 picots, right? Remember, so basically I'm not going to write these notes, but for the small petal you have this note, and for the bigger petal you have 4 picots on each side, and the tip is made exactly the same way. So now we're at the tip of our big petal. I still have to have after the last picot our single crochet stitch, one single crochet, and into the tip. Oh wow, we have Lynn and Catherine from Australia, and this is how friends meet. We can find new friends from the same country, right? Joining the live lessons. So tip of the flower or the petal, 2 single crochet, picot, and again 2 single crochet stitches. 2 single crochet stitches, the tip of the petal finished, and now we go to the other side of the petal. So first our single crochet and picot 1, 2, 3, close picot with slip stitch, and after that 3 single crochet stitches, 2 and 3, picot, and again 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, 3, chain 3, and slip stitch to close the picot. 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3, and picot. 1, 2, 3, and close picot with slip stitch, and last 3 stitches, single crochet stitches, and our petal is done. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Did I do 3? Yes. Again, we skip 2 stitches here, and we jump into the next petal, the last petal. And so I will show you how to rid of that hole here. It does not look really pretty. It looks nice here. No holes, no gaps. And this is what I don't like about this part. We will try to fix it. So first we will have to skip 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So first we make 3 single crochet. Okay, I missed my 1, 2, 3. Then we make picot. Remember that picot, first picot connected to the picot of the previous petal. Chain 1. And continue. 1. So if you happen to have, like I do, that your stitches are visible between in the first row, don't worry about it, because we're decorating with padding cord our petals, and you will not see that little mistake. I always crochet tight and pay attention to my stitches, but in this flower it's quite difficult to do. So the good thing about it that we crochet on top later with padding cord, and all this imperfection will disappear. Okay, I am counting and talking at the same time because it's easy to count till 3 and talk. I will not miss my stitches. All I need to pay attention is to how many picots I have for the side of petal. And as I crochet, I want to ask everybody who's watching, please don't forget to like videos. When you like them, when you comment, when you participate, it's very important. The videos will be seen by more people. This is how it works on YouTube. So 1, 2, 3, and one more picot. 1, 2, 3. Last picot. And after last picot, 1 single crochet. Single crochet. And now we will have to fix this area here. I also don't like much how my stitch separated somehow here. I have this little hole. And right now I really cannot fix this, but I will fix it later. I can fix this when I will weave in my thread. I have no idea how that happened, honestly. But okay, we'll fix it. I'll show how to. It's nice to see my mistakes for you, that you can later see how I fix them. It's okay. I don't mind hiding my mistakes. I never do. We're all live people, and it's all normal. So now to rid of that gap between stitches and padding cord, what I will do, of course I will crochet over the padding cord, but I also will go into the stitches. I'll pick up stitch of the right here on the side. I have my padding cord and my hook goes under that padding cord right here, right? And I crochet 1 single crochet and second single crochet. You see, again I picked up stitch, side of the stitch, have 2 stitches and picot. 1, 2, 3. And last, again I'm going into the stitch, pick up something on the side. My hook goes under the padding cord that we had there on the flower. Lay my padding cord kind of in the front so it will be looking neat on the side. 1 stitch, and I do the same with this right here. Exactly the same through the stitch. That way that gap will disappear. 1, 2. So I have all that. My tip is done. 2 single picot, 2 single picot. This little hole, you really don't see it. I see it. It does not, it's bothering me, so I will fix that later. And let's finish the petal. And then we will go into the centerpiece and finish our flower. So now we will have to, after 2 single crochet stitches, we make single crochet, picot, after each picot, 3 single crochet. So I am almost done. I hope your flower also you crochet with me, and those of you who are in my group, Irish Crochet Lab video tutorials, you are welcome. I really want you to post photos of the finished motifs. It's always nice to see that you actually doing something, that you crocheting, that my videos are helpful. And right now you have a really good opportunity to crochet a lot of motifs and prepare for a bigger project. And I am actually dreaming of crocheting something big together. Just those live videos are great. I can mount my phone over my hands and you could see how I start my project, how I finish it. So I really like to see what you do. And how you do that. If you need my help, if you something cannot make, if something is not clear in my instructions or in a book, you can always ask me questions. And please ask me questions about the book particular I'm crocheting with. Sometimes I receive messages, emails to look at some book, at some pattern, if to check some stitches, if it's correct. And believe me, I have to decline the answer because in order for me to help you with motifs, they are complicated as you see. I have to crochet that motif, and right now I really don't have time to drop everything that I make and start making something else. So now I finished. Okay, so now I'm finished with my last petal, and we have to take care of the rest of the flowers. So what I do, I drop my padding cord and make a slip stitch into the first petal where my first 3 single crochet stitches were the first stitch. So I go into my first petal with the hook, find the first single crochet stitch. We had 3 single, and this is where I make my slip stitch. Cut my thread off. Like this. Okay, so make sure that all flowers petals are finished. Now turn your flower on the back and notice something. So we have this padding cord and we have a slight piece of padding cord right here when we picked up to make petals, right? We have this piece. So what I will do, I will sew this part, this last piece of padding cord to that padding cord right here as I weave in my thread, working thread. This is how you finish it. So let's finish this together. I need to pick up a right needle and make sure that my thread is not twisted. It likes to twist, and it's only Lisbeth thread does that. It's heavily mercerized, very well twisted here. It's a good thread, but very frustrating to crochet with it because it's twisting so much. Okay, so now here's my last single slip stitch that I made. Here's the thread coming from. What I will do, I will go with my needle under the stitches in such a way that I will connect also, and that I will sew over this padding cord. I can actually sew it because since it's on this side, somehow it's going on that area and this side also. So you can sew it the way you want, the way it's better for you. I will sew probably not even to this padding cord here. I would sew it to the edge of this petal right here where these two stitches are, but behind. We are on the wrong side, so be very careful how you sew your. So you sew around this padding cord like this. Sally, I saw your comment. Yes, it will be nice to finish something. It's probably will be very difficult to finish huge project like a dress or top, but I already have, which I actually want to do, to show how to connect and put together the project like top or dress. But it's not very easy. The camera will not be able to show you everything unless I will purchase a really expensive camera. And it's nice to have someone who can hold that camera, because right now I'm making my video over the phone. It's way easier. But I do have two small projects already finished. Both of them available through my video tutorials. It's a vintage color and also rose, asymmetric rose. You can purchase those workshops. I will post links soon because I'm going to put them on sale soon with my lessons also. So they will be available. Just watch for the announcements on my Facebook page, Irish Crochet Lab. So now you see, guys, I'm weaving my thread in the stitches inside. I'm weaving in. Okay, they cannot be shown on the front. So I'm thinking, Sally, about what to do next, what projects to make. Something will be, I have to finish first this book, all motifs, and probably we can make one project from this book, Masterpieces of Irish Crochet. It all depends on my time and projects I make, and if I will not have anything this summer huge to make for someone, I will of course make video tutorials. Also, I need to collect some lace pieces. I have to make some projects for my next trip to Italy. Okay, so if you see, I weaved in my thread, I sewed around my padding cord. I can successfully cut all this. It's all finished, so I'll cut my working thread and padding cord. It's all hidden very well. It's all fixed, finished. So the flower is finished. This is the wrong side of it. This is the right side. Of course, it's kind of wavy, but you can wash it, you can block it and then steam it over this and fix all that shape of your flower. So now, flower is done. Let's make the Centerpiece. And Centerpiece is made also over the padding cord. As you notice, probably I cut quite a big chunk of my padding cord, right? So I will use this for my button. And I will take only one piece. Actually, I have two now flowers. One is finished almost, another one is not. So let me get to my notes so I will not crochet something out of my head. I need exact number of stitches. And so pick up your padding cord, fold it in half. And again, I'm doing something of my own, not the way it's done in a book. So here's my padding cord, fold it in half. Oops. And what I will do, I will take this end, fold it in half, and turn around in this way, so that this tail going like that. Lay it over together so that this loop right here, this is when you will start. So first we will do, what we will do, we will pick up our working thread and insert the hook. So let me show you one more time. So here's folded padding cord, and I rotate my end of the padding cord, fold it like that, and adding my working thread. And first thing we have to do, we have to secure our thread with slip stitch into that loop right here and over this padding cord right here, like that. Make slip stitch here, and I will quickly make one single crochet just to hold all those things together in one place, one, even two. You can make more than that. It's easy to make 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's do 5 stitches right away. 5 single crochet stitches. That's it, like that. Now normally this piece, this tail kind of twisting around, going this way. So what we do first, I will drop my padding cord for a minute and ignore the short tail of the working thread, but pull on this one at the time so that you will remove this. Let me zoom a little. Okay, what did I do? Somehow I have I wanted to zoom. Okay, here it is. You can see well. Sorry, it took me time to figure out what happened. So when I folded my padding cord, I had that loop, right, where we make our slip stitch. I want that to be invisible. I don't want this to be anywhere that you could see it. So to rid of it, all you have to do is pull on it. Actually, it will not be that. The wrong thing I will pull on. You have to pull on those stitches here on this circle. You have to somehow try to fix this. So holding the stitches, pull on, not on this long padding cord, but on this right here. I want you to see what I do. Okay, I will hold it this way. So this will disappear if I will pull on the thread here on the padding cord. You see, it's gone. It's what I wanted. That way it will look nice and neat. And now you can see that this is not the same size. So to fix that, you have to pull on the thread of the cord, those free ends of thread right here. You can pull on one, then pull on another. And this is how you change size of your padding cord in the round. This is working thread. I will cut it later. For now I have it still here. So if your circle made of padding cord is a little bit too big, you pick up those two ends, and by pulling on each strand at the time, you can make it smaller. But hold your stitches tight here. So here, watch it again. I will pull a little bit and pull another piece so that they are the same length in the round. And let me see how many stitches I have to make. 20. So I have to crochet around 20 single crochet stitches. I already have 5, and I need 15 more. So what I will do, so we crochet around this round and around the tail all together. So I have 5 stitches. Let's continue. We need 20 single crochet stitches. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And if you can see, I already have 15 stitches. I need only 5, so this is too long. So I already can take my padding cord and pull on it to make size I need. So I will try to hold it in such a way that you see how it's changing. So here's I'm holding my stitches and I will pull on the padding cord. You can pull on both of them, but it's easier to pull on one at a time. So 5 more stitches I have to fit. I hope this is what is needed, is enough. I think I can fit 5. And I can kind of assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how they look like. This will be a good size. I can fit here 5. Also, I can cut this thread off because it's on the way, kind of. I don't want it. I crocheted over this 15 stitches and it's enough. It will not unravel anything. And let's continue. So 5 more stitches. So we have 15. 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Notice I brought my padding cord on front for the last stitches, that it will stay here, because we will turn our work on the opposite side. So 19 and 20. Here's 20 stitches. 20 stitches, make slip stitch, like that. And after slip stitch is made, you can cut padding cord here. So this is not, the book is not done this, describe it this way. This is how I make it. After this, make chain 1 and turn your work. This is now our right side. So the reason I was moving my padding cord to front, so that when I will cut it, it will be on this side. And then this side become our right side, right? And you will not see where the padding cord was cut, and you will not see also the transition of padding cord. Your ring is even throughout your work. You don't really see where the beginning or the end of your work here. Okay, next round we will crochet over the padding cord also, and into the back loops, and crocheting this way will give us this beautiful ridge, visible ridge, you see, like that. So we will see the front loops of our centerpiece, and we will crochet into the back loops. We will crochet 2 single crochet stitches picot, 2 single crochet stitches picot, all the way around. And of course we will finish with slip stitch and then sew this piece to the flower. So let me show you. Now again, I will pick up that padding cord that I had from the flower, and also I will crochet over the padding cord, fold it in half. So after you chain 1, insert the hook into the back loop of the first stitch and introduce your padding cord. You can actually do here 2 things. You can put padding cord on a hook first, then insert hook into the stitch in a back loop, then pick up thread and crochet single crochet stitch here, like that. What I always did that this way, but you can see this part here, this padding cord, so probably this is not the best way of doing it. So instead of that, I actually will do it differently. I will go into stitch first, then into the padding cord, into the loop of padding cord, and then I will make my single crochet. Like that, it's better this way. Yeah. So that stitch, the thread of the padding cord will not be visible through the first stitch. So let's continue. So first stitch, we need another one. 2 single over the padding cord into the back loops. Picot 1, 2, 3, and picot. I think I had a question I did not answer. Oh, hello, Renee. Okay, so picot, and again 2 single crochet, going with the hook into the back loop over the padding cord. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Picot. One and 2. 1, 2, 3, picot, like this, and again continue crochet 1 and 2. So you see, if you crochet over the padding cord into the back loops, this is what you have, this like very beautiful, looks really nice. I like the way it's done. It looks really beautiful. Little detail like that, but gives you this very intricate button, and that creates flowers, and you can use this as a button itself to decorate anything. So again, 1, 2, and 3. And 2 single crochet stitches again, 1 and 2. And again picot. Of course, go and look on the back that this side look also beautiful. I really like the way it look. So you decide which one you will use, which is your favorite part. The way it looks here, or the way it looks like that. This button will look way better made with perle cotton. That way on the back it will not be as, you will not see the thread so much. So again, the pattern here is very easy. 2 single crochet stitches, picot, and crochet into the back loops of each stitch over the padding cord. So you can see how I changed a little bit. They probably used triple cord, I don't remember. I just had my notes from long ago, so I picked them up and I was doing this flower from my notes. I think they made this button over triple cord. And it will still look nice. Yes, example on pearl cotton, just this right here, but I don't have the back. I don't have undone piece. This is made with pearl cotton. Pearl cotton just gives you way better stitches. They have the sheen into it. They I don't know, it's my personal opinion. I just really like the way pearl cotton look like. It's number 8. You can also use number 12. I don't have, it's all sewn together, so I cannot show you really the way the back look like. But if you have pearl cotton at home, you can just have at Hobby Lobby or Joanne, buy the thread and see how it works. See what you like, which thread is best. Some things are better, like I like to crochet all my buttons with pearl cotton. They look way better than with Lisbeth thread. Lisbeth thread is very highly mercerized, and buttons doesn't look beautiful. But you know, it's all personal. All of us have our likes and dislikes. So okay, I'm almost at the end. I have 2 more single crochet stitches, and all I have to do, I have to make my last picot. 1, 2, and 3. And I have to make slip stitch. So here you drop your padding cord and make a slip stitch into the beginning of your round. That's it. Now you can cut thread off. You can also cut thread of the padding cord without any worries that it will unravel or something. This is a button. Buttons are way better than just motifs itself. So I will cut my padding cord here. And let me remove all these pieces of thread. And now we can sew our button to the flower. This is how it will look like. So let's thread the needle. Wendy, are you talking about silk right here? Those ones, right? This silk is really interesting. It's everything I crochet with it, it's kind of give you really the effect of if I crocheted with mercerized cotton. It's probably because it's old, or the way silk was done back then. It's really old thread from early 60s, I believe. I don't have much information on that thread. It's antique thread. Vintage Pessamenti have this thread in bronze, in chocolate color, and I think a different shade of green. So you can check out this website. If you want, I can post right now for you a link to this site. Just a moment, let me do that. Vintage Pessamenti. Okay, here it is. Hold on. I will give you the Vintage Pessamenti also have a shop on Etsy. I know I purchased from her long ago different kind of things. This website is quite unique. She has everything antique, ribbons, buttons, all kinds of interesting things you can find. So here is the here's the website for you in the notes, in comments. And I'm not sure if you could see comments after video is done in recording. If not, you can always write me email. I will send it to you. But right now, just write it down somewhere. Save it to your computer in the browser. Okay. So now I will thread my needle. And we will sew the button to the flower. A quite long lesson today. I hope you're all doing well. Okay. So first thing, the most important part, move the thread on the back of your motif, of course, of that button on the back. And now attach to the flower, at least in one place, doesn't matter. Move thread on the back. Here's the front. Make sure that you facing the right side of the flower, and here's your button. So lay them in such a way that you will not really see the flower, those stitches from the flower through the button. You don't want them being seen, right? And if you do see them, you can always fix it. So now we will sew. The way you can do it, I always like to sew and see what's going on. So with the same thread color, you are free to sew facing your motif the right side. So I will go and poke through where the picot is right now, and then make sure that I go through the stitches in such a way that I am hiding my thread at the same time and going back in the back of motif. I'm in the wrong spot. My thread and needle don't want to move. Sometimes you can hit the spot that in motif that your needle is stuck. Okay, and then from the back again going to the front. You can also bring your your thread to the front where those bumps are. And I'll show you what bumps I'm talking about. When you look at the back of each your stitch, you will have those bumps, you see? So if you bring needle and thread between those bumps, it's easy then go over the bump and between to the next bumps. So that way your thread will not be visible. You kind of sew this way. So here I am between two of those bumps. I'm going over this bump into the next in between here. So that way you don't see how I was sewing, where I was sewing. You kind of covering the bump. If you don't like it, if it's not easy, you can always go and move your thread between somewhere right in here, like this, and hide your stitches behind the or between the row, first row and the second. So it's up to you. You will figure out how to make it neat and in such a way that it will look that it will look neat on both sides, on the back and on the front. And again, it's up to you how often you will move, sew, how tight you will sew your motif. It's not really necessary to do it very, very tight here. As soon as both motifs lay to each other and snug, I could see a stitch here through the center, so I will hide it later. Oh, I have such a bad wind. I'm wondering if you can hear it. It's loud outside. Winds in Kansas are very interesting. Our winds are noisy. But it's kind of like a song. Wind song. It's beautiful. Okay, so you see how I'm going around and around, right? Make sure that everything look neat. And so now I will try to, I'm sorry, I will try to remove this little piece right here that I could see. That stitch is kind of showing itself for some reason, I don't know. So the best thing to do it, I go on the back of my work, weaving thread to that spot where that stitch is, and I will pull it with a thread. So that it will become invisible. So I will go to this stitch. Here's the stitch. Here it is. Here this guy is. And I will go pick up that area, that loop, It's kind of like this chain two. This is what was. It's transition between petals, chain two. This is why it's looking like that. And I will, with the thread, move it. You can even go around it one more time, around this loop, chain two, right? And move it like that as I weave in my thread. And just weave it in stitches where the padding cord is, anyway you see fit, so that you will hide your thread neatly. So I pulled on it, and now that's sorry, that stitch is gone. I prefer always to weave in my thread in a tight places. That way my thread will not unravel, will not come out. And since I was going one direction, now I go back. Now I will go back through the same area, and that will be it. After that I can cut my thread off, and the flower is done. And the flower is done. Here it is. Of course you will wash it if you do, if you wash your motifs. Uh, you can block it on the board, and what I normally do, it's faster for me. I block my motifs first with pins, and then I steam them with a steamer or with my iron, steam iron. And then I just leave them for a while so that the thread will lay down and be the way I want, so that the shape of motif will be fixed, and when I will take it off, it will look neat and beautiful. So here it is. Here's our motif of today, third floweret. So those of you who are in my group, please post pictures of your work, how you made it. I also want to ask everyone, visit my website, irishcrochetlab.com, and see what else is available. I'm going to add more links so that you, you're welcome, Lori, so that you can read more about workshops that I made before last year, but those workshops are still available. Everything is recorded, all videos are recorded, and those workshops are for asymmetric rows, and another workshop for color. It's a beautiful vintage color. I personally didn't finish my project yet, so this is why I will take breaks during the summer to finish it. But you can go and check out that workshop. All of those workshops are available only through the Facebook, but the payment can be made through the website, my website. So if you visit my website, you will find a lot of information there. And also go and check out my Facebook page. The name of that page is Irish Crochet Lab, the same name as my website. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. You're welcome, Wendy. Thank you, all of you, that you always, the same people come into my live video sessions. I wish you the good rest of the week and wonderful weekend. Stay safe. I know that in Arizona, Wendy, you have outbreak of coronavirus. So please stay safe and home and protect yourself. Take a lot of vitamins. Doctors are saying vitamin C, D, and also zinc. So stay safe. I will talk to you soon, and about next lessons I will announce on my Facebook page, Irish Crochet Lab. probably next week I will not do anything, and probably throughout whole July. So you all can always can find information about next lessons through my Facebook page, Irish Crochet Lab. That's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.